welcome back to Relationship, Romance, and Propaganda. I was just saying I never see Rachel.
Busy.
It's like a month between. I was just in Spain, which we'll talk about. But anyway, I'm film director Imani Shakur. This is author and actress Rachel K. Burke. I'm not going to call her beautiful because that's not her love language, words of affirmation. So we talked about that.
You can touch me, though.
You can touch her, though. It's the only podcast where we expose the truth and broadcast the lies about relationships, love, sex, marriage, friendships, everything. It's the sexiest relationship podcast on the freaking planet. I said galaxy last time, didn't I?
You know, we can mix it up.
I'm going to keep it planet. You know what I mean? For now, it's real and uncut. Most importantly, we are telling the truth. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube so you can get all this good information. Email your topics and questions to rptalktruth@gmail.com. So, we have some fun stuff to talk about today and this entire month. We come out every Monday. I just want to thank our listeners on iHeartRadio and Spotify and iTunes and Google Play and the cell phone apps. And I always like to shout you guys out. Thanks for listening. And yeah, Rach, what's been going on? I haven't seen you in a month. I went to Spain. I have a dating tale to talk about Spain. I think it's funny. Mm-hmm. It's not juicy. It's just funny. Okay. Just to see how women play when they're in clubs and stuff like that. So what have you been up to this past?
Oh, man. It has been a crazy just couple of weeks. I don't know. Something's going on.
Yeah?
Yeah, a lot going on in the world. I booked
Any new guys in the fray?
No, I've been like too busy to do. I booked my first commercial, which was really exciting.
Nice.
Yeah, we shot.
Did you post something on that on social media?
I did, yeah. And then it's funny because I haven't even had time. I don't really go on like the dating apps and all that. I just, we talked about that. I like to try to meet people organically, but I was at an audition for 4 hours. I got the part, which was great, but I had nothing to do for 4 hours, so I went on Bumble, and I matched with this actor who I had a huge crush on, and I had just watched a show with him, and I was like, dude, but because I didn't check it in so long, he was like, yeah, he goes, I moved to New York, actually, because he probably liked me 6 months ago. Yeah,
now
but
you have to take a flight.
I know.
Well, he did an airplane.
I know, but he said he just started dating somebody out there. So I know, but I'm sure it will maybe circle back around. Hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's been busy.
That's good. Yeah, I finally went to Spain. I always try to travel somewhere new every year.
Yeah, same.
So this was my first time going overseas solo though, which was interesting. And my daughter's aunt kept telling me, Imani, you got to go alone. It'll change your life. You just have to engage, just be by yourself, and it was amazing. Yeah. Now I don't want to take anyone with me when I go overseas again.
So that's funny you say that because I went to London by myself and I hated it.
Oh, okay.
And Kelsey actually met me out there. And I had another guy that met me out there. Yeah, I was like, I'm okay during the day, sightseeing, whatever. But at night, it's I want someone to go up. Also, I'm a female, too, and I don't really feel safe, out by myself. Yeah. And that was when I met the crazy guy, remember?
Yeah, that we talked about.
Yeah, so I like having somebody with me.
Got you. And it's funny, I always see girls traveling alone more than I see men.
Prostitutes, remember?
No, these was regular girls, though.
But they say a lot of times those girls that look like regular girls. They're actually hookers.
Oh, serious? Mm-hmm. Wow.
It's a thing. And so remember, the guy in London, I told you, he asked me if I was a hooker because I was traveling alone. I was like, why would you say that? And I read a whole article about it.
Interesting.
Yeah, and he said they'll pose on dating apps as normal people, but sometimes they're hookers. So be careful when you travel.
Yeah. These two guys are just really cool.
They start negotiating once you get to the bedroom.
And on the tours, we just said what's up to each other, and that was it. It was nothing else. Yeah. Yeah, but no, my whole point was I honestly think men should start doing what I did, just traveling alone more and just exploring the world and not always needing someone with you.
You meet more people that way.
Yeah.
And especially as a woman too, I think you're more approachable to, especially if you're trying to meet somebody. Right. You're more approachable if you're by yourself or with one other person. Like the girls that are let's go to a bar with 6 girls. It's no one's going to approach a group of 6 girls. It's intimidating.
It's tough. Yeah, it's intimidating. Yeah, so anyway, I do have a dating tale to tell about my trip to Spain, which was I have a couple of dating tales to tell, actually. One I won't tell because I don't want to get in trouble. Okay. Then the other tale I will tell. It's more like
Well, I have one that pertains to the subject we're going to talk about today, which is social media when it comes to dating.
Exactly. That's what we're talking about, guys, and girls. Because I always wonder, I always hear the term slide in the DM and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, how do you do that? I've tried it with with no response.
Actually, the last guy I slept with slid into my DMs.
See?
It's one of 2 times, only like 1 or 2 times that's actually worked for me.
How are these guys doing this DM thing?
Because
anyway, I'm going to find out today, guys.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Get your pen and pad and take note. Get ready. Let's get going. I want to know what to do.
Okay.
Rachel, you starting or do you want me to start it?
I think you can jump it off because we're gonna have a guest on the next episode, so we'll probably jump it off.
Exactly. You guys are probably
Go for it.
Next show. I'm probably gonna get anything in, guys. Girl Jess is coming. She's a cutie. I'm gonna get.
She's gonna have a lot to say.
Anyway, yeah. So again, we always hear this term. I mean, what's the rapper? Yo Gotti. He made the song. You know, it's going down in the DM. Popular song.
Because I bet it works. I bet it works for him.
Oh, well, he probably so. He's a superstar rap star.
Yep.
I mean, I'm no slouch either. You can Google me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I have slid in someone's Facebook and gotten some success.
Yeah.
And I can tell that story as we go on, but. DMs, I've never gotten any success with sliding in anyone's DM. This Israeli girl slid in my DM, and when I went to Cannes for my kids' movie, she flew from Israel to meet me when I was in Cannes, and we hung out. But she slid in my DM, but it was after she had met me at One Oak in LA.
Okay.
She slid in my DM like a year later. I didn't even remember. I was like, "Where did I meet you?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh yeah."
Oh, I've done it. I've done it to guys.
See?
Like, so the guy on Bumble, because he wasn't on it really anymore, I found him on Instagram, and I was like, "Hey, just in case you didn't check your Bumble, like we matched, and I actually just saw you in a show, and you were so cute." And he was like, "Listen," he goes, "if it doesn't work out with this girl, you'll be the first to know."
I bet.
Yeah,
So
I've done
anyway,
it.
I have no success, right? So the question I have for you is, what's the proper way to get in your DM? Let me get my pen ready.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? What do you say? I see you on Instagram and I say, "Oh, she's kinda hot."
I don't think it's about what you say. It's just about because they're going to look at you, right? And they're going to see. So actually on my Bumble, because I never check it, I actually put my Instagram handle. And I'm just like, "Guys, I never check this, so, feel free to message me." But it's like the guys I get are like disgusting who message me, and I'm like, you wish. Normally it's like, no. But what we were just talking about too, if you have a private profile, don't DM someone because we can't see you. Like I'm not gonna judge you off an avatar that's this big because I can't see what you look like.
People even do that.
And honest to God, like 90% of people that DM me are all private. And I actually for a while put on my Bumble, I was like, you can message me on Instagram, and then I was like, unless you have a private profile, then no, because I'm public and I can't see who you are.
Guys, you heard that? Don't DM women.
But then I deleted it because I was
private.
like, I sound bitchy saying that.
No,
so.
you're right. I agree. Do not DM women if you're private.
No,
that
it's
makes no sense.
so stupid. And I actually I would write back to people sometimes and be like, "You're private. Why are you messaging me? I can't see who you are." And they're like, "Oh, just follow me." No, why am I going to follow you? I don't know who you are. It's so stupid.
Right.
Like, why are you? I don't know. I've never had a private profile.
Okay, so that's the first thing. No private profile.
Yeah.
What's the next thing?
I don't really.
What do we say? What do I say? Like,
I would like to know how they saw me if it was on Bumble, because the guy that it did work, he just hit me up. I don't even remember what he said, but I looked at him and I was like, oh, actually he's cute. And then he had some videos, and he had done some acting, and I watched his videos, and I was like, okay, yeah, I think I'd hook up with him. But when we met, I said, how did you find me on there? Was it Bumble? And he was like, I don't know, probably. So I think he had seen me on Bumble. I don't know. I think I just say be you. What would you say to a girl in a dating app?
Right, but that's different because I think, or maybe it's just in my head, I'm thinking because we're on Instagram, she's probably already thinking I shouldn't be messaging her and all that kind of stuff. And I'm speaking for all the guys out there, you know what I mean? Because I don't have any.
Because you feel creepy.
Yeah, is it like a creep thing or not? And I know I'm speaking for all my friends in wine company. None of them try to.
No, that's actually how I've met a lot of guys because I don't really check Bumble, but I like when they DM me. And I actually went on a date with a guy that DM'd me.
Okay. What did he say? It was like, "Hi, my name is so and so. Nice to meet you."
They usually say, "Hey, I saw you on Bumble, and you put your Instagram handle, so I wanted to message you."
What if it's not Bumble though? And they just saw you on...
Usually, I think, is Bumble. I'm forgetting what the last guy said to me. But, I mean, what would you say to a girl on a dating app? hey, you're cute.
Well,
Wanna go out?
but here's the thing though. A dating app is different because we're already on a platform for dating.
Right.
Instagram is not a platform for dating, but people have used it as such. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
So I think maybe that's the wall up for me that I already put out. You know how energy is. You put out, that's what's going to happen. So I'm already putting that energy out like, oh man, I shouldn't be trying to talk to her anyway. This is Instagram. So maybe that's why.
I think you got to shift that mentality because I love when guys DM me because I feel like that's actually how I meet people. Because on dating platforms, you have like 6 pictures, and it's like, and guys are terrible at taking pictures of themselves. So usually they have like sunglasses on and they're surfing from a million miles away, and it's like, I don't know who you are. But with Instagram, it's great because I know your last name. Yeah. If you have a website, I can see that. I can Google you, make sure you're not a murderer. You know, maybe get more pictures of you, see what you're into. I actually really like it because you can see the whole person as opposed to like 6 pictures on an app.
So is a good approach, hey, I'm Imani, nice to meet you. I checked your profile out. You look great.
Yeah.
It's just simple as that.
Yeah, or even it could even be like, hey, you know, I think you're really cute. I saw you live in Temecula. I'm close by. We should grab a drink sometime.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Now, guys, you listen. I'm asking for everybody, just so you know, even though I'm putting me into it. I'm asking for everybody out there, all the guys listening.
Yeah.
All of our listeners, I'm trying to give you guys some notes and stuff.
Yeah, I think that's a good approach.
And that's it. And it'll go from there.
Yep. They'll either respond or and if they don't respond, it's not your message. It's like they probably looked at your profile
and was like, no, I'm not interested.
And maybe you're not their type. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Most guys I look at and I'm like, no, they're not my type. But there's been a couple that I'm like, okay, yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, the Instagram thing, I'm definitely wanting to crack. You know, and I don't mean it to sound like something you got to just do and conquer, but to me, there is some fun in the way you meet and connect with someone. So I like that thing of, I met her on Instagram.
Yeah.
We went out, we ended up hooking up. To me, I like those kind of stories and those.
And I have so much better success dating on Instagram as opposed to apps. Because again, you can just see more of the person. I know what I'm getting into, right? I know I already can see what they do for work, where they live, what they like to do, what their last name is, maybe Google them. So I already know going into it that I'm probably going to like them or there's a better chance of it.
Right.
With an app, it's like there's 6 pictures. I'm like going in blindfolded. You know what I mean? I have no idea what I'm getting into.
Got you.
Yeah.
So I have one story. This girl, Jo, I won't say her full name, but this girl's bad as hell. And I saw on Facebook. This was my only Facebook hookup connect ever.
Okay.
Saw on Facebook, messaged her, no reply. She posted something about needing some help with like a radio or whatever.
Okay.
And I'm into cars. So I hit her back and I said, hey, yeah, I can totally help you with that radio thing. Like, what's going on? She's like, oh, you can, blah, blah. She's like, oh, well, meet me over here right now. And she lives off of Sunset and Gower and those new apartments. You know how they built up houses and all that? So I went over and helped her with this radio thing. And when she met me in person, it like turned into something. She's like, oh, you're actually cool. I couldn't really get a vibe off your Facebook thing. Anyway, it was crazy. I ended up hooking up with her.
Because a lot of guys are better looking in person.
Yeah, and I ended up hooking up with this chick. I can't remember if it was the same night or the next night. We ended up hooking up again the next week. It was crazy, but it was just off of just me going, hey, I could help you with your radio.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that was it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like hey, what's up? I think you're fly. Let's hang out. It was just a mistake. It was an accident.
But that's cool, though. So here's what not to do. Don't keep messaging them if they don't reply to the first message. I have a guy who is still hitting me up on Facebook. So he added me, and his pictures is really cute. Like, he's really cute. And he's actually a literary agent, and I'm an author. So I was like, oh, perfect. Really cute. So I messaged him back. We're chatting. Then I Googled him and I found a video and I was like, oh no. Cause I don't even know how to describe it. Just him talking. He was like, kind of like talked weird and he didn't laugh. He was like an hour-long interview. He didn't laugh once. He had like no sense of humor. And I was like, nope, not into him. Yeah. To this day, this was like a year ago, he still messages me on Facebook. I haven't written back to the last 4 messages. And now you seem fucking crazy, right? Okay. If they don't respond to the first one, drop it there, you know? Yeah, because obviously they're not interested.
Yeah. So guys, to reiterate, no matter how hot you think she is, no matter how hot you think you are, you know what I'm saying? Don't do it. over and over, hit her up. You send a couple of messages. If she's interested, she will message you. Trust me.
Yeah.
Especially if you look at your Instagram and you see that she saw it. You know what I'm saying? But she didn't message
Yeah, she left you on red.
she messaged you back like, guys, give it up. Go to the next. So what I've learned so far is that Instagram is okay. Women are not creeped out by it.
No.
And just keep trying. If you don't have success with one or two, keep trying because
Absolutely.
you might have success one day.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's not like
that guy that I hooked up with, he probably messaged so many girls, you know, and I took the bait.
Game too.
Yeah.
So he got lucky.
Yep.
Okay, guys, that's another thing. It's a numbers game. DM 50. You might get lucky with one. You see 50 on there. Just sit one day for an hour and just DM 50.
Yeah, right. It's a numbers game.
Lucky with one.
Well, and it's the same like when you online date.
Yeah.
And it's like out of like 100 matches, you get like one guy who actually wants to meet in person because people are so flaky on there.
Yeah.
You know. That actually drives me crazy. I think that's why I don't do it. Because it's like, you know, I spent all this time and I liked you, right? Like I don't like a lot of people. And it's like, and then they don't want to ever meet in person. They flake.
Right,
It's just frustrating.
And it's the same thing in person too. It's funny. I went to, when I flew back from Spain, I got here on the 6th. So I flew out of San Diego. Mm-hmm. So when the driver picked me up to take me back to my car, we passed by this place called Kettner Exchange in San Diego. Guys, if you're like 30s and up, go to Kettner Exchange in San Diego. That's all I have to say. Man, I passed by this place. I didn't see nothing but hot-ass 30s and up women walking in there, hanging in there. I was like, what's that? And my driver goes, oh, you don't know about Kettner Exchange?
Okay.
He was like, how old are you? I'm like, 46. He said, you would have a blast there. He said, it's all women, 30s and up, gorgeous. They come out in San Diego. That's where they hang out. Little Italy, Kettner Exchange. I said, are you effing kidding? He said, oh, yeah. You know what I mean? So I went back the next week, and I got to say, I had a blast. Okay. It was unbelievable. It's almost like going to One Oak in L.A., because you know all those places in L.A., if you're in the industry, it's mostly younger girls, 20s.
Oh, God, yeah. I hated those places when I was in my 20s.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So I gotta say, it's nice to have a place when you're in your 30s and 40s and you're single to go and meet people of the same age group. Me and you talked about that, where to meet when you're in our age group.
I think we should do a whole episode on that because I think a lot of women in their 30s and probably even 40s are struggling right now with like, where do I meet adults when I go out? Because a lot of times it's like 20-somethings. Yep. So it's about like, you have to really...
Little Italy is spot. And it's funny, the joke was actually on me. So one of the ladies, we ended up going for pizza. Okay. Like right up the street in Little Italy. So we were talking about hanging in San Diego and I mentioned Gaslamp and she goes, oh no, that's where the kids hang out. Oh, grown folks.
I actually like Gaslamp.
We hang out in Little Italy. I said, oh, thanks for telling me.
Okay, that's good to know.
As many times I've been to Gas, we said, oh, no.
Wait, so what does that have to do with social media?
No, you know what? Because I was thinking about ghosting, and my whole point was the two girls I met that day ghosted me also. That's where I was going with the whole thing. It could happen either place. It just made me think.
What's happening?
No, it just made me think like, even if you're on social media or in person, they ghost you. Because I just mentioned to Crispy yesterday when we were at the winery. You know the two girls I was telling you about? They ghosted me.
Okay.
Anyway, so that's where it came. I know I went off somewhere.
So let me ask you a question, because I wanted to talk about like social media stalking when you're dating people and like when you break up and all that, but I feel like if I have a dating tale and you have a dating tale, maybe we should do a whole separate episode on that, right? Maybe we keep this like sliding into the DMs topic. Yeah. Right?
Well, social media, period. Facebook, DM, Facebook messaging.
Because I feel like we could do a whole other episode on like social media stalking and like how that's changed. Like how that's changed dating. Yeah. Especially like while you're dating, after you break up. Yeah, I know. Absolutely. I feel like I don't even have enough time to go through all of the things right now that I want to say on that. So maybe we can save that for a different one. Okay. What do you think?
Was that your question?
Yes. What do you think? All right, because you have a dating tale too, right?
About internet?
I think you wanted to talk about your trip, right?
Yeah, that was just a dating tale.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So you're saying let's talk about our dating tale right now? Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, go.
All right, let's go. Because I have a good one as it
absolutely.
pertains to DMs.
Yes.
And I've been wanting to tell this one because it's my favorite
Okay,
story.
good.
So
Cool.
I slept with my celebrity crush because he DM'd me on Instagram.
Interesting.
Like, dude, you have no idea. Like, I loved this guy.
Don't say his name.
No, I would never.
No.
He would kill me.
Tell me after, though. You
Yeah,
guys
oh.
don't get to find out.
Yeah, I know. You have to DM me to find out.
Right.
No, oh my God, I've loved this guy. He was my number one actor crush since I was like probably in my like early 20s.
Yeah.
Like loved him, number one.
I have a good question to ask.
So-
Let me write it down. I'm listening.
Okay,
Go ahead,
so
yeah.
I follow him on Instagram, obviously, and he was doing an event. I won't say a type of event because you could probably narrow it down, but. So I commented and I tagged my friend and I said, do you want to go to this? Because the event was in Long Beach and she lives there.
Yeah.
And I wrote, let's go to this. He's my celebrity crush. Not thinking he reads all his comments because, he's
a lot of them
he's got like a million
Yeah,
followers,
yeah,
right? I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah,
he's not going to read his comments.
Yeah.
So I wrote publicly in his comments, I go to my friend, let's go to this. He's my celebrity crush. He DM'd me like right away. He reads his comments.
Yeah.
And he goes, come to the show. And I was like, oh, I am.
Interesting.
I actually, we already got tickets to it. My friend lives there. And he was like, awesome. Dude, it was amazing. So I go to the show.
I love this story. I love how excited
Oh my
she
God.
is,
I wore this like slutty black dress. I was like,
As
I'm
you
ready.
should. As you should.
I literally just walked by him and waved and he came right
He knew
over.
exactly who you were.
Yep, came over, hugged me, got my number, texted me that night, texted me the next day and was like, hey, do you want to like meet up tonight? And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I left work. I was like, I need to go home and get ready. Like, this is amazing. So at first, he was like, do you want to meet at a restaurant in Malibu? And I was like, oh, he's taking me on a date? Like, I just want to go bone,
Yeah.
you know? Like, I've been fantasizing about this for like 10 years. Like, I don't want to have a conversation.
Sorry, guys. She's hilarious. Anyway, go ahead.
So I was like,
I love it.
I was like,
Hey, let's just go.
I know, you know, like,
what
you maybe eat.
Why don't we get to eat?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's
We don't
eat
need to
after.
eat. I'll eat you. So
go ahead.
so he was actually shooting a movie and he got out really late. So it was
Okay.
like 9. So he goes, do you want to just come to my place in Hollywood Hills? And I was like, yes.
Yeah, that's the play.
Okay, let me tell you the most humbling moment of my life was
Yeah.
pulling up to his gate in my Toyota RAV4. And he like opened the gate and he's waiting and his house is all glass and he's
Yeah.
like waiting at the door with his dog and I'm like meet like in my Toyota.
my God.
Really wish I had a nicer car in that moment.
Yeah.
But
funny.
let me tell you something. That dude put in more effort than any non-celebrity. He lit candles. He had like a sexy
Smart.
music
Yeah.
playlist with like black keys. Had some wine. Like ordered us
Yeah.
dinner. I was like, dude.
Smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he even like texted me the next day and was like, I had so much fun. Like, I'd love to see you again. He'll still like sometimes text me or like DM me on it. He like DM'd me again on Instagram once when I like
Yeah.
commented on something. But yeah.
That's awesome. And you know what I have to say
Right.
from a guy's perspective? If you're smart and you're a public figure and you're known, you want the lady to have a good experience. I don't want you to leave going, oh, he just was going, he brought me in and just, it was nothing. You want you to be able to
Yes.
talk about, have something to say, oh, he was amazing, he did candles. That's what you want to
But
say about
I'm
you.
going to say
You know what I
one
mean?
negative thing though,
Okay.
and that was the only negative thing I can say is that he was like turned out. He's an amazing actor, but he like rips on other actors, and it was a bummer because I mentioned a movie and he goes, oh, like my brother-in-law directed that, this and that, and I said. Oh, I think it was like Steve Carell in the movie. I go, yeah, I love him. I thought he was great. And he goes, oh, did you? And I go, yeah. Why? You didn't?
Oh,
and he goes, well, I just think of what other actors could have done with that part, and you're
He
looking at him. And I was like, oh.
funny.
And then he wanted to watch TV for like hours after we slept together, and he's like,
Okay.
what do you think of this actor in it? You know, like, oh my God, he's like ripping on people, and it's like, dude, you're amazing too.
It's
like,
probably that ego side.
it is, but it's like you can all be
Yeah.
amazing. Like there's enough for everyone.
that's
You
true.
know,
There's
you don't
enough
need
for
to rip on
everyone.
everybody. That was the only downside, but the sex
than
the
that,
sex was great.
So this is the question I wrote down to ask you. Because you were so enamored by him and fond of him, do you think that made the sex better?
Probably.
Probably, right? Because, yeah.
Yeah, but yes, because it was like, oh my God, this is happening right now. Like as it
Yeah.
was unfolding, I'm like this. Like I've been fantasizing about this since I was like in college. You know, like
Right.
this.
So of course that heightened everything for you.
Yeah, but he was good. Like he wanted to take care of me. He wanted to make sure I got off. Like he was very, he was good. No, he was really good.
That's cool.
And he was like aggressive too, because that's what I liked about it. You can kind of tell by a guy's like how he carries himself, how he's going to be in bed.
Yeah.
And he would always play that character that was like very dominant, alpha male, and I was like, he's going to be an alpha male in the bedroom. Yeah,
Right,
he was.
right.
It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, I am in the entertainment industry too, so whoever you are, thanks for making us all look good. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm probably not as famous as you yet, but when I am, I have to do the candles. You gotta leave a good story.
Yep.
That's what I have
Yeah,
to
you
say.
do.
That's awesome, man. I love it.
That's
That's
good.
awesome.
That's
Anything
right.
else you want to add to it?
No.
Okay. So my dating tale was from Spain. It's not near as exciting as the
You guys can just stop watching at this point.
Exactly. Stop listening. But I only wanted to tell the story because I was just watching this play out, and because we do this podcast, and I was just kind of involved in it somewhat, just watching a guy get played. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I go to dinner at this very, very popular spot in Spain by myself, have a nice dinner on my own, had some wine, and it turns into a club right after. So a lot of people don't come for dinner, they come just for the club. So by the time the people that are having dinner are finished, there's people already at the bar that didn't come for dinner. So we kind of just finished out, then we walked down and joined this like amazing lounge that's gonna turn into a club later.
Yeah.
So these two girls from Estonia was there. So I walk up and they're kind of sweating me. I'm not paying them no attention because you said they like when you don't pay them attention and stuff. So I'm just chilling. You know what I mean? They start talking to me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up? Where are you from? Blah, blah, blah.
Well, I don't want to say like don't pay attention to them. I'm just saying like some girls are like that. If they're like super
Always
gorgeous and
getting
always
attention.
getting attention,
Which is what this girl
sometimes the
was.
hard to get can be a good thing, right?
Which is what this girl was. But that's usually my MO anyway, not to give too much action. I kind of see you. I'm like, oh, she's hot. And I just do my thing. That's me anyway.
As long as you're not over the top.
As long as you're not over the top, exactly. So we end up talking and we exchange numbers, and they're buying their own drinks, I'm buying my own drinks, we're dancing and just having fun. And then this guy comes in and he's a local. He's Spain, good looking dude. And he sees me talking to the two girls, and the blonde, he comes up and he's like all over her. You know what I mean? I'm not tripping. I'm like,
but he swooped in your
no,
space?
it wasn't even like that. I'm not even tripping because I don't care. I'm like, whatever. He's talking to her.
All right.
And I'm telling her like, yeah, go talk to him. So she goes to talk to him. I'm not tripping at this point. I've already gotten her number established.
Oh, okay.
I don't care.
Okay.
I'm leaving Friday. Come back to LA. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So she takes him somewhere, talks to him, leaves her friend with me, and we're talking and vibing. And I guess kind of dissed him and came back talking to me.
Oh, good. Okay.
Hugging all over me, dancing with me, and he's kind of standing in the corner looking, and so I go, hey, your guy, he's staring at you.
Oh, no.
Man, Rach, and see, this is where women are wrong. She gives him this look, and I watched it was right in front of me playing out. She gives this guy this look, and the look she gave him was, I want to fuck the shit out of you right now. That's the look she gave him from across the room. And he just went berserk. And he calls her over. You know what I mean? And
I thought she wasn't interested.
Let me tell you the whole story.
I'm confused.
So then she walks over to him, does this whole play, gets this drink from him, talks to him for like 5-10 minutes.
She needed a drink.
And comes back and talks to me and completely disses the guy.
Oh, see.
I'm like, no, you just didn't do that. I watched the whole thing.
Oh, no.
And the poor guy felt so bad.
See, that's what I don't do at bars. If a guy's like, do you need a drink if I'm not interested? I'm like, no, thanks,
Yeah.
I have one. Because then I'm stuck talking to him.
She totally played this dude. She saw how like enamored he was.
Yeah.
And just played him.
Yeah.
And got a free drink. And just left him to the side and came back to hang with me.
I'm sure there's a lot of girls that do that.
And I was just telling her to go. I didn't care. You know what I mean?
So did you hook up with her?
No.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Why not?
I didn't want to.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't want
You
to.
didn't like how she played him?
No, I just thought that was wrong. I was like,
Yeah.
can you believe?
I say she a go, nigga.
And I'm like, poor guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, it was bad. I just saw her do the whole play. I said, I can't believe
And there's
this.
a lot of desperate guys out there who will like
Yes.
throw money at you, this and that.
And I'm telling myself, dude, I haven't bought her one drink. And I already got her number and can hang out with her tomorrow. I haven't bought her
Yeah.
nothing.
So
and he came and was all...
but some guy, oh my god, so here's another quick
Anyway.
weird DM story before we
Yeah.
close. So this guy messages me on Instagram, DMs me, and he's like, "Hey, I own an air conditioning company. I want you to do would you be interested in modeling for me?" And he sends me this whole ad that he has, wardrobe ideas. And he Venmos me some money ahead of time to like go pick out an outfit for the shoot. I looked him up. He's legit. He owns the company. I go, okay. So I went. I bought the outfit. And then he was like, can you send me a picture of it? I just want to make sure it's what I have in mind. So I sent him a picture of myself in the outfit. And he is like, Venmos me more money. And then he's like, thanks for, he goes, thanks. Oh, I just want to thank you for your time, for going out and buying it and then sending me pictures of it. But he like keeps asking for more pictures. And I'm like, dude, when do you want to shoot? Like, do you have a photographer? Like, I have a photographer. He has a location. He's not talking about shooting. He just wants like pictures. I'm like, I think he's a creepy internet weirdo who just wants to like send me money to take. And I'm like, okay. So I like cut it off there. I was like, when you want to shoot, let me know.
Let me know.
So then he says, well, what color panties are you going to wear to the shoot? And I'm like, nope, we're done here. He's an internet creep.
Yeah.
Right. He keeps emailing me like a couple times. He's like, I'm really sorry I said that. Like, emailed me again. Done. He Venmo'd me this morning $20 and writes sorry.
So this is a guy that just pays for his mistakes, like.
What am I supposed to do with the $20?
Yeah.
I don't know. I still haven't said anything. I'm like, that's so weird.
Oh my God, there's some weirdos out there.
I know, but I really thought his DM was legit. Like, because I looked him up and he does have a whole company he owns and everything.
But he probably
I'm
thinks
like,
money gets him where he wants to go, and probably he's used to doing that. I'm just saying. but if you think about the girl that may be broke and this probably worked for him before.
Right.
Just siphoning some cash. Hey, no.
So guys, sometimes you can DM women and Venmo them money.
Right, that's the lesson.
But I don't recommend it.
That's the lesson there. You know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness.
So ladies, be careful of weirdos in the DMs.
Yeah. But last thing I want to say about Spain before we close.
Okay.
I did do another social experiment, and when I got there, I switched all of my dating apps, like Tinder and Hinge and all that.
Yeah, how'd it go?
And went very well.
Oh.
And I won't tell that story on camera.
He got some.
Okay, on camera.
I know.
But yeah, it went very well. Last day, I flew to Madrid, came back, had dinner, and yeah, it went very, very well.
Nice. I haven't been to Spain yet, but I'm going to Denver this week for the first time. I've never been to Colorado, and then I'm going to Vegas because I'm going to see Aerosmith on Thursday. That's why I'm rocking my shirt today. They're doing a residency, and we got like really good seats, so I'm excited.
That's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Check you out.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, that is our show for today on relationships, romance, and propaganda. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. Tune in next Monday when we're going to have Jess, and we're going to be talking about breadcrumbing, ghosting, and everything in between. I'm getting my pen ready right now because I've never heard of breadcrumbing before.
It's going to be a good one.
So I will be taking notes next week. So tune in for that. Once again, thanks on all the streaming platforms, iHeartRadio, everywhere, iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play.
And subscribe
all
on
of
YouTube.
You guys, subscribe on YouTube. Thank you. Once again, I'm back from Spain. We're going to have some fun. And we'll see you next week. Peace.
Bye, guys.